industrial diamond, uncut. It's funny how a small deposit of carbon born under fantastic pressure in the bowels of the earth ends up being one of the most valuable substances known to man or woman. It's just not true that diamonds are a girl's best friend. They're also industries, vital to many manufacturing processes, because they're strong and tough and hard, like the men who deal in them.
Now I feel I can face our English climate.
Glad to be back?
Oh, yes. If it wasn't for my business, I'd never set foot in Africa again. However, one of these days I shall retire, probably right in the middle of Piccadilly Circus. I'm a gregarious man, I'm afraid.
Also a very generous one.
Oh, nonsense.
Well, you are, you know. I don't know anybody else who would invite me to share a first-class compartment, reserved entirely for himself.
I'm afraid my hospitality had an ulterior motive. Traveling with £100,000 worth of diamonds is infinitely less nerve-wracking in the company of the famous Simon Templar.
Simon.
Hi, Barbara.
How did you get in here?
I flew through the window.
But what right have you to come into my flat when I'm out?
None whatsoever. Why don't you call the police and charge me with breaking and entering?
Well, the point is... What's that?
That? That, my dear girl, is £100,000 worth of diamonds.
What are you talking about?
Why don't you cut out the act? You may not realize it, but I'm giving you a lot more breaks than the rules demand. I never was a nut on legal technicalities, but I believe you're what they call a technical accessory to robbery and murder. Those diamonds were in that suitcase. And that suitcase was in this closet. Along with these. Who do they belong to?
Gabriel Linnet.
Linnet?
Yes.
You mean he fur-lined this little nest?
Yes.
Why didn't you say so before?
I didn't see any point in it with him dead. I loved him very much. We had planned to be married.
What about the suitcase?
He left it with me the day he was killed. He said he had to go to Paris that evening and that he didn't want to go all the way home for his clothes.
Why didn't he leave it in the office?
He wanted to shower and change.
You're lying.
I swear I'm not.
Look, sweetheart, all I've got to do is pick up that phone and call the inspector in charge of this case, and you'll be taken into what they charmingly refer to as custody.
Go ahead, but I'm telling you the truth. Gabriel said the suitcase was full of clothes, and I believed him. How the diamonds got in there, I've no idea. But take them, turn them over to the police. I don't care what you do. But just keep me out of it. I've had just about as much as I can take these last few days.
All right, Barbara. If you're really on the level, you'd better get out of here fast.
Why?
Because Leonard had some pretty tough playmates, and he's not around to protect you anymore.
Well, that's nonsense.
How do you know?
Well, I mean...
They're on your trail right now. Come on. I'd just as soon not have my next conversation with you in the morgue.
Where?
I'll tell you on the way. Now, Barbara, get this straight. If you're really not involved in all this, you'd better cooperate with the police.
I know absolutely nothing about the robbery of the diamonds.
Linnet never said a word?
Never.
to go to my flat and wait. Don't let anybody in except me, understand?